What's up everybody? Today I'm upgrading this humidifier so it can help more plants on multiple shelves. With this PVC piping I can extend and concentrate the humidity to the plants that need it the most. This is Houseplant headquarters. Thank you for joining me. Let's get started. I took a few measurements to get an idea of the lengths I would need to cut. I decided to use PVC or this electrical conduit because it's cheap, and with the joints it was really simple. I cut according to my measurements and drilled out some holes to spread out the stream of humid air along the shelf. Also make sure to drill at the center or upper portion of the tubing so it's able to drain back and not drip all over your shelving. Putting it all together for a test fit, and it looks good. I'll put a coat or two of this matte black paint on so it blends in with the shelf. And the other clip, you may have noticed it swinging around. I'm just going to hold it in place with a little bit of hot glue to keep it all lined up. This clear tubing is what I'll use to connect the nozzle of the humidifier to the PVC setup. This diameter works out to fit the nozzle and matches right up to the T-joint of the PVC. I've just got to seal it up so it doesn't leak all over the place. Depending on your setup, if you just have one long shelf of plants, you could probably just use this tubing and drill holes in the top of it and let it run the length of the shelf behind your pots. I'll use a zip tie to hold it in place, but I really should have assembled it all first and then tucked it behind the shelf. The angles were a little bit difficult to work with later down the road. I taped on this splint to keep the tubing straight until I could bind it to the shelf. Again, at this point it would have been much better to have everything assembled together and put into place. I'll seal up the connection between the two as best I can with some hot glue and then tape over it. I'll just need to keep an eye on it over time. And again, here I want to make sure the condensed moisture flows back down into the humidifier, so I'm going to make sure there's a decent slope in these horizontal pipes. And then I'll just tape it to the shelf above. I did drill a few holes in the clear tubing on the bottom shelf to share some love with the plants down there. After running a quick test, it's looking like things sealed up nicely and there's great flow to both shelves. We'll need to look into treating the tops of these shelves so they don't mold or rot with all the additional moisture. Here's the typical humidity in my home. Here's everything put back, and I feel that it's pretty discreet and effective. I might have to find some sort of vine or something to cover that clear tubing, but it looks good. If you've enjoyed the video, please go and subscribe and like the video. I'd really appreciate it. The humidity for these tropicals is looking much better, and I also got a small space heater to create their ideal conditions. I would call this a quick and easy success. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.